Today I'm sharing my Amazon kitchen must-haves. Hello and welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time. I am Jill Maurer and today I'm sharing my Amazon kitchen must-haves. I shared with you my Amazon must-haves just sort of generally, and you did request that I do my kitchen must-haves, so I'm doing that video today. I am an avid cook. I love being in the kitchen. I'm not a super gadgety person. I'm not somebody who needs every single gadget, but there are certain items that I have really connected with over the years that I love, that if they broke, I replace, that I just really think I need to have in the kitchen. And I wanted to share those with you today. Some of them you will likely have heard of, and some of them you may not. I'll provide links to everything in the description below. Just click show more. First up is my iittala teema dishware. I think that's how you pronounce it. It comes in different colors. It usually comes in black and white, and then a variety of solid colors. And they also offer patterns seasonally. I have a little bit of variety of color. Here are these bowls. And it's a cereal bowl, very clean, very modern, but would go in just about, in a lot of different decors. Here's the square bowl. I can use it as a bowl or as a plate. And then I will show you this plate too. This is their dinner plate. And you see it has a lip on it. And I have it in this pattern that isn't available anymore, but they always have different patterns and different colors. Why do I love this so much? First of all, it is beautifully designed. And a plate has a lip. I've used this as a pie plate. I've used it in different ways. I've used it when I'm breading things. You can put breading in here or eggs and dip things and use it in different ways. And a lot of the pieces are like that. They're very well designed, they're beautiful, and you find multiple uses for them. But here's the real reason that I love these. Let me read the back to you. Microwave and freezer safe, oven to table and dishwasher safe. And that is true. In this dinner plate, I have made pies. I baked chicken in this plate. These all go right into the oven, into the freezer, in anywhere. They are not only beautifully designed, but they are very practical and they can be used in numerous ways. So they allow me to have fewer things in my kitchen because these are so multi-use. Number 2 is my Immersion blender. This one is by KitchenAid, and if you're not familiar with an immersion blender, what it does is it allows you to blend things right where they are. So if you're making a pot of soup, for example, instead of pouring the whole pot into a blender, you can just stick this down into the pot and hit this little button and blend it all up right there. This is not something that I would say necessarily that everybody needs, but it is very helpful if you're somebody who blends a lot of soups especially. It saves a lot of time, it's safer, it's a lot safer than dealing with that hot liquid. And when you put a hot liquid into a blender, of course, things can go wrong. I have found this to be very useful over the years. What I like about this one in particular, the old ones, you use them and then you just sort of had to rinse them under water and make sure not to get any of this wet when you were washing it. But the newer ones, this comes right off. You just put this in the dishwasher. It's very easy to maintain. Love it. Number 3 may come as a bit of a surprise. It is this pastry scraper. I really enjoy this. I am not a baker. I don't bake much at all. I have used this. I do make bread on occasion, and I have used this. It's often used to cut dough and scrape when you're making pastry. What I love this for is getting anything up off of my cutting board that I have scraped. When you're cutting a lot of vegetables, sometimes your hands or the back of the knife just doesn't quite do it. This really helps you get all of that together and into wherever it needs to go. I found this to be indispensable. Number 4 is my Magic Bullet NutriBullet. And I am somebody who blends drinks a lot. I do have a big blender that I love, but I don't often want to get that out if I'm only blending a little bit. The NutriBullet comes with different things like this. You can see that I use mine a lot. This is the biggest one. There are smaller ones, and then there are some with a handle. And what you do is, there are a couple of these. This one has 4 blades on it. Some have 2. And you put your stuff in here. You close this up, you have the base, you put this in here, blend it up, take it out, turn it upside down, and then take this off and you're able to drink it. And then it does come with different lips for this. I just drink it just like this, but It comes with a thing you can screw on that makes it softer on the top. There's one that you can screw on that makes it softer and has a handle. And then there's even a lid if you just want to take this with you and go. I found this little system to be very convenient and I enjoy it. Number 5 is the Silicone Baking Mat. These are great and they come in a lot of different sizes for your pans. Let me show you. So this is one of my half sheet pans. And this one was made to go right in. You do like that. And so it does come in different sizes. But what this is great for is it replaces either putting foil on the bottom of your pan or putting parchment on the bottom of your pan. You can use this now to roast vegetables, to bake cookies, to do all of that sort of thing. It's non-stick. It's very heat resistant, obviously it's silicone, and it's easy to wash. You just throw it in the dishwasher. I think it's a whole lot better than parchment paper. It doesn't curl up and burn like parchment paper can do, and it doesn't produce as much waste. Number 6 is silicone baking trays. I did not use these for years, and I have discovered these, and I'm really glad that I have. This is for small little muffins. This is for, breads or cakes, and this is for larger muffins. It comes in all different kinds of sizes. What I love about these are they're non-stick. Things don't stick as much, so you don't really need to use a lot of butter, if at all, no oil or butter, I have found. But the other thing is, getting a muffin out can be difficult. Sometimes you're scraping around and sometimes you kind of destroy the muffin just trying to get it out. And these, it just pops. They pop right out. Even this big one, if I'm making banana bread, you can just pull this back and the bread just pops out. This one even has stabilizers here so that it makes sure it doesn't flop over. It's pretty stable. Just really found these to be very easy to work with and very useful. Next up we have microplanes. I love these and always have. Now this is different from a grater. You wouldn't use this to grate cheese or carrots, that type of thing, unless you wanted those carrots really fine. This is more for when you need to zest a lemon, zest an orange, or if you want to grate nutmeg or grate ginger. This is what you're looking for. They're very smooth going one way and then you wouldn't want to rub your fingers the other way. That's when it'll cut it, but it makes a very fine kind of grating. Whenever a recipe calls for lemon, lime, or orange, I usually, even if the recipe doesn't call for it, put a little zest in there too. It just adds a zing. It makes it much more flavorful. These are very helpful. My list wouldn't be complete without a garlic press. I'm a garlic girl, love garlic. If the recipe calls for 2 cloves of garlic, 5 minimum are going in. I love garlic. So this saves me a lot of time. Now you can do everything that you need to do with garlic just with a knife. You can do that. You can smash it, open paper, chop it, even scrape it to get a really fine paste, but this makes things so much easier. And I do recommend getting a good one. I have gone through several of these and until I got this one. This is the OXO. It feels good and it's very smooth to use. You don't even have to peel the garlic. You just put the garlic cloves right in here. You can put 1 or 2, whatever fits. Press it. The garlic smashes through. And then, scrape it off with your finger or knife. What a lot of people don't realize is this has a purpose. You then put it back this way and just tap it a couple times, and that lifts the paper, the garlic paper, back off so that you can take it off. I can tell you that I've been cooking for decades. One of the things that's important to me is to have a very clear no vampire zone. This will help you with that. Next up is a Brite water filter pitcher. This is a must-have. I used to drink a lot of bottled water and it just costs a lot. It creates a lot of plastic. It just isn't good. This does just as well. You put your tap water in here and it filters out everything that you need to filter out, and then you have your cold water. Just makes your water a lot healthier from what comes out of the tap, at least here in the US. And I've even done a taste test where you taste your water and then filter it and taste the filtered. There's a difference. It makes a big difference. The next 2 items are things that I don't think everybody necessarily needs to have, but depending on what type of cooking you do, it may be worth it for you. It's definitely worth it for me. These are 2 top of the line items. They are the best in their class, and I have used mine for years, and they have both held up very, very well, and I would not want to be without them. The first is this booze board, and it is a heavy board. Here's the booze board. It's a cutting board. I just pulled it right out of my kitchen, and I have been using it. I'm going to have to put it down because It is a heavy board. Booze boards have been made for a long time. You'll see them in a lot of kitchens. They're heavy and they're high quality. I chose the one with the end boards. So let me show you. See how it has all of these squares? Those are the ends. And those are a little more specialty. The other way to have it is where the board is running long, and Booz does make them that way too. The thing about the end board is it's a little better on your knife. It's a little softer on your knife. It doesn't feel soft when you're cutting, but it is a little bit better for your knife. It does require a little more care. I have to oil this board more often than you would if it were the flat ones. So this is not something that goes in the dishwasher. I would never put meat on it or anything like that, on anything wood, any wood board. I wouldn't do that. But for all of your fruits and vegetables, you know, all the onions that you cut and the herbs and everything, they are heavy. They're heavy. I'm going to put this one down now. Last but not least is my Vitamix blender. And this is a blender you will likely have seen often. A lot of times if you watch anybody's cooking channel and they are doing any blending, a lot of times this is the blender they have. It is the Vitamix. It is heavy, it is expensive, it is worth it. I am going to set it down. What makes the Vitamix blender unique is the motor. It can run very low, it can run very high, it's very powerful. I have never burned this out. I have used it for decades. I don't know how long I've used it, but it's been for a long time and I've used it regularly. The other thing that makes it different is that the blade, this doesn't come off, this doesn't unscrew. So when you have cheaper blenders, this unscrews and eventually liquid leaks out and it goes everywhere. That never happens with this. It does make it a little harder to clean because you can't take that blade out. This does go in the dishwasher. But the other way that you can clean it is just rinse it out, put some soap and water in it, put the lid on and run it. You know, it is almost a washing machine in and of itself that way. So it's an easy way to clean it. All right, that was a little bit of a workout. Those are my top 10 kitchen items that you can get on Amazon. I'd love to know what you think about these items and what would you have added to the list. Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. I'm challenging myself to upload a video every single day for the year of 2019, and I would love to see you here again tomorrow. Until then.